Hi, my name is Adam Kaner, and I am about to present to you a nifty way of collecting some data from a website. In this case, it's the British government website with a list of the posts of the foreign the FCDO, the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and getting those into Power BI and making some pretty pictures out of it. This is all publicly available information. You can get it from this website, which I will post below. Um, and you don't even have to grab or copy things. All you actually have to do is to right click the download the CSV, uh, copy the link address. And when you've done that, we can move into Power BI. There are several ways to get that data set in. I'm going to go the quickest way, which is just to click on Get Data. And when we do that, successfully do that, thank you, we want to get data from the web. It's not actually listed anywhere here. I click on Other and it appears at the top. I connect. I may have to wait. No, it's there. I paste in the URL that I just copied from the website and wait while it does its magic. That looks just about right. You've got the region, the country and territory, the location, the type of post, and Y and X, which are actually Y is latitude and X is longitude. What could be the other way around? Better check that in a minute. And we can now say load. That's fine. Nothing to change there. That might take a minute for it to load into the model. It goes a bit ticky there. That's good. Okay, now it's got it in. Let's put it into a map. We choose the map icon here. We stretch it out a little bit. Now, there is the data for the posts that it's brought in, FCO posts. And I expand that. And not quite sure what column 1 is, but I do know that we said X was latitude and Y was longitude. I think it's that way. Latitude, longitude. I bring it in and we'll put there it is. Now that obviously is the wrong way round, isn't it? Because everything has gone upside down and in the middle. I've got it back to front. So let's just uh, Y and X first. Y in latitude and X in longitude. That's more like it. And we've got dots to represent every one of the FCDO posts. If I hover over one, that just gives me the latitude and longitude. We want to make that a little bit more meaningful, and we're going to use the tooltips for that. We're going to bring in the location city into the tooltips. We're going to bring in the country and territory into the tooltips, and we'll bring in the region as well into tooltips. So now when we hover over any one of these, we get something a little bit more meaningful. There we are, Manila in the Philippines. Perfect. Right, I would now like to know how many dots we've got on the page. I can't count them by hand. Let's Power BI do its magic here via the agency of a card. And the cards are here. Have a card, it's rather large for a card. A card is basically a nice piece of information that summarizes the data. I'll make it about that big. I will bring in the type of post, not the actual first type of post. I actually want the count of the type of post. The count, 270 counter type of post. Well, let's change that to posts and spell it right, shall we? Flipping caps lock again, posts. Thank you. And I will now say copy that and paste it there. So we've got one the same size just next to it, and that's going to carry the country. And this time it's not the count of the country, but the distinct count of country, because we know that we often have more than one post in a country, and we only want to count the country once. 169 countries, and Now paste again, and this one becomes the region, and the region gets dragged into there. And again, this is a distinct count because there are 10 regions. Regions. Okay. Now, so we have 272 posts distributed across 169 countries, which are in 10 regions. Let's see how they're distributed properly, shall we? Let's drop in a grid, there we are. And on the left-hand side of the table grid, we're going to put the region, and then we can put the type of post next to it. And this time, again, it's not the name of it, but the count. Okay, and we can just double check that. We have 43 posts in Africa, 51 in America, all adding up to 272. Change that to number of posts. Okay. And just to see how we can use this as if it was a slicer, I'm just going to click on Eastern Europe, and there they all are, 15 posts, little hidden there by the, there, move it down a bit, in 12 countries in the Eastern Europe in one region, and overseas territories, there we are again, and take the filter off. Okay. And that lets us go on to the next bit, during which I'll slightly rearrange the screen so don't get too worried about the change. Okay, let's get a little more graphical about this. Always love a pie chart. I'm going to stick a pie chart in here as well, and I'm going to move it over here. Hopefully it'll fit somewhere. Oops, and resize it a little. The pie chart is going to be I'm going to have regions as the legend, and I'm going to have the type of post as the values, and again it's going to be the that seems quite reasonable to me. And now we know that in Europe there are 23.9% of the posts. Well, we don't need that level of decimal places. Let's just tidy that up a bit, make some more space there. I'm going to, whoops, take the it's the detail labels, isn't it? The values, percentage decimal places, not automatic, but 0. And now it's 24% and 19% for the Americas. Looking nice. Okay, and I'm just going to move the chart down. Whoops, I'm going to move the chart down a little bit and make it a bit bigger so we're not wasting quite so much space. I'm going to, why not make it a bit more graphic? How about that? How about saying, take the legend on this, which is over here. That is the legend is going to be region. There we go. And I've color coded them all now, and they run across the side here. Well, the top, we can't see them all because they're running out of space. So I'm just going to go in here and change the legend, not to the top left, but to the top right stacked. That's more like it. And make the space, make the size a little smaller because it's taking up far too much room. And try and make a bit bigger here as well. Whoops, I'll pick it up and zoom it out a little. Well, you kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. And with a bit of jiggery pokery and fiddling around, you can make it squeeze on. But we also need, while we're doing the demonstration, a text box at the top. And the text box is going to be in font 18, and it's going to be FCDO overseas posts. And if I spell it correctly, that'd be lovely. Let's change the size of that, drop it at the top, And we got an opportunity for some more fun with slicers. Let me find a slicer, make sure I'm not selecting something at the same time. There's a slicer to go in here. The slicer is going to be the type of post. Drag it in there. I'm going to make the text for the slicer values much smaller because I'm running out of space. I'll make that nice and narrow. Don't actually mind if it trims it a little bit. There we are. I'm going to actually pop it down here into this space here. Uh, uh, and I know that we're trimming off a little bit of a map as well, but I just wanted to show you, I can say, where are all my British consulates? And they are there. There are in the 6 regions across 20 countries, there are 40 posts that are British consulates. And if I add to that the uh, the British embassies, obviously the 2 types of British embassy here, let's drag them both in there. You can see how you can pick up the maps here and pick up the numbers, and there's lots of insights into how it's all distributed, and that's Power BI doing what Power BI does best, making pretty pictures that will instill you with an enthusiasm to find more about your data. That's the end of this video. I thank you very much for your time and wish you best of luck.